Live from New Bedford, ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of authenticity, inspiration, and realness. Also of good times, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. And now, here's your host of the show. He is Big Beefy E. He is Mr. Shenanigans and the elder statesman of the Rant and Rave podcast, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 1984. 1984, that was the first year, or was it 1983? I forget which year it was, but I went to Rocky Point Park for the very first time. It was one of those years, and I've been there, only 4 times, but too bad it closed in 1996, really sad. But, However, I hope you enjoyed my Shenanigans Arcade videos. I'm probably going to do another one tomorrow. That's my plan of attack. As you know, I had just had the entire weekend off for the first time, scheduled weekend off. And today was my first scheduled Saturday off of work, and because back in the this was January was a very interesting month for me at work. A lot of changes were happening and all that. And a lot of them are good changes. And we'll see what happens when everything else is on the up and up. So it's going to be, like I said, very interesting situations down the road. And we'll see if things will improve during the year of 2025. I'm hoping, and it'll be that the case. But for right now, we got to talk a little bit about Saturday night's main event. And it's craziness in Texas, as always. And then next week, it's the Royal Rumble itself. The women's and men's 30 participants in each. And people are declaring themselves for the Royal Rumble and everything else. And, there's one person that may not be confirmed to Royal Rumble, is not confirmed to Royal Rumble, Alexa Bliss. Rumor has it there's a contract dispute between her and the WWE. Both sides are still trying to work out something, but I think she's a mom now. I know she wants to provide for her little one, and that's another thing too. And that's another thing too. When you have kids in your life, you felt like so. And we shall see what happens. Excuse me. I've been up late last night. Like I said, I have Friday. When you have Saturdays and Sundays off, it's a good thing. It's a good deal once in a while. But like I said, yesterday, I started this whole straightening out things, and then upon realizing I did that, solved the problem, and bada bing, bada boom, here I am. You know what I mean? So everything's straightened out. Everything is more organized. I always try to keep my room nice and neat, and it's very, very important to do so. As of now, I'm up here instead of down in the basement, and it's been real. It's been surreal. Let me tell you. Let's talk about what happened. Because we had Saturday night's main event and AEW Collision Homecoming in Jacksonville. That's right. I'll be doing that. Now we have next episode. So, yeah. Hey, so with this, after I complete this episode, we'll be 16 episodes away from the milestone 2,000. And also, I want to thank everyone for their support. I have 372 subscribers, which is great. This channel is thriving better than on the previous 2 channels I had, for obvious reasons, of course. I thought my second channel was building momentum until then it was the move to the upstairs. Now really leveled things up doing this channel. And people want to know, people think, okay, why do you have 3 different channels? The first channel that I had was since 2011 until 2018 was being threatened because I became friends with someone nobody likes, and yada yada yada, the whole deal and all that. So I decided, well, just in case they end up making true to their word, I do a backup channel, another channel, and I've done so. And why did I discontinue that channel? Well, it was in 2022 with the move up here, and I figured it was a new era we got a new channel. We got to begin somewhere. And ever since, it's been wonderful here. So, first year, a few bumps in the road, but we conquered those bumps. We're here. We're live. I'm here. I'm live. And it's going to be great. And don't be frightened if a chime goes off. I just got myself a clock, thanks to my father. He said, you want a clock in your room? So I do have an actual clock. And it's still ticking away, so that's a good thing. So let's get right into what happened on Saturday night's main event, shall we? I'm on the last page of my little book. I'm probably going to get a new one out. And I discovered, and I found a few things too. So the women's world title kicked it off. Rhea Ripley defending it against Nia Jax. This was a hard-hitting matchup between two big ladies who just basically, match each other in power and strength. But I think Rhea Ripley's more agile than Nia. Nia's just full on power. Rhea Ripley can go. She did a couple of aerial maneuvers and all. And Rhea Ripley ended up retaining her title at Saturday night's main event against Nia Jax. So that's a huge deal. And she finally put the riptide on Nia Jax. So who is Rhea Ripley going to face next? Well, we'll see how this develops and where this goes. And that's a big deal. In attendance, Texas native Mark Henry from Silsbee. End of shaking hands with Michael Cole. And former WWE Women's Champion Alundra Blaze was in attendance as well. And next up was the Intercontinental title, Braun Breaker versus Sheamus. I thought this was a Sheamus opportunity to capture the gold for the first time in his career. And as you know, this is the first time the Intercontinental title has been on the line at a Saturday night's main event since 1992, when Shawn Michaels defeated the British Bulldog to become the Intercontinental Champion, resulting in a champion versus champion title match against Bret the Hitman Hart. That's Survivor Series that same year. Jesse the Body Ventura joined on commentary on this one. These two, Sheamus hit a couple of bro kicks on Braun Breaker, but in the end, Braun Breaker ends up retaining the title. And I told my good friends Jordan and William this because I was on a live reaction stream with them. I said, who would if Braun Breaker retains, who would be a great challenger for him? Penta. I say, get a storyline with him and Penta going for the Intercontinental title. Also in attendance, you got three Hall of Famers and a comedic legend. Comedian Gabriel Iglesias, who's a big WWE fan, obviously, is in attendance, as well as the Hall of Famers, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Dory Funk Jr., and Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the first winner of the Royal Rumble, back in 1988. And then Shawn Michaels comes out and addresses his hometown, San Antonio, as he moderates the contract signing between undisputed WWE champ Cody Rhodes and the challenger, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens comes out dressing, has a shirt that says Cody sucks eggs. And I think he's paying tribute to Terry Funk here, when Terry Funk called Dusty Rhodes an egg-sucking dog. And he had a shirt called Dusty Sucks Eggs. And then Cody Rhodes comes out in a three-piece suit, like always, like the champion that he is. Both men ended up signing the contract and talking trash, but then both belts were relinquished. And as you know, next Saturday is the Royal Rumble, and both men started pushing and shoving, and then Shawn Michaels tries to break it up, and then Kevin Owens kicked him, about to give him a power bomb, and then Cody Rhodes super kicks him, and then Shawn Michaels responds with a super kick of his own. The Sweet Chin Music, double Sweet Chin Music, one from Cody, one from Shawn Michaels. Gotta love it. So there's that. This is a matchup of big meaty men slapping meat. Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu. Fatu decided to address Strowman before the matchup, and Fatu comes out and Strowman comes out. These two went at it, and I warned whoever the referee of the match is, they should have worn their riot gear And who was the referee in that matchup? Dan Angler, a.k.a. Rudy Charles of TNA. That's right. The man who used to be in TNA, was known in TNA as Rudy Charles, Dan Angler, ended up being the referee for that matchup. And during that matchup, Jacob Fatu put his hands to the referee. Fatu was getting so vicious, the referee had to step in. Dan Angler had to step in, and then when he grabbed Angler, the referee Dan Angler, and threw him out of the ring, Dan Angler disqualified Jacob Fatu for putting your hands on the official. Strowman wins the matchup, but Fatu bust Strowman right over, probably busted his nose. No one's ever done that to Strowman before. It's even crazy. I know Strowman's been hurt a couple of times, but not in the manner that Jacob Fatu did him. They call him the Samoan Werewolf. I'll tell you one thing. I think it's not over between these two. Yeah, Strowman won by disqualification, but it's not going to be over by a long shot. It got to the point where Tama Tonga was shoved aside. Jacob Fatu is a psychopath, but you know what? It gets crazy. He's a crazy man. Jacob Fatu is a dangerous man. I wouldn't confront him in a dark alley, for goodness sakes. And also the Brainbusters, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard were in attendance, and the main event, the World Heavyweight Title, Gunther, the Ring General versus the Yeet King, Jey Uso, and Gunther retains the title. Which begs the question: who's going to challenge Gunther next? Will we find out next Saturday at the Men's Royal Rumble matchup? Going to be interesting for sure. Just hang in there. It's going to be a crazy, crazy deal watching Collision once again and watching the Royal Rumble on Peacock. Let me tell you, it's going to be crazy. So that is all the time we have for this episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Episode 1984, 1984, what year that was. Next up, the next episode will be AEW Collision Homecoming, Daly's Place in Jacksonville. I'll tell you what happened there on the next episode. So until that next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.